All right. Let's get the party started. Welcome, everyone. We are so excited to be here. This is a historical moment for us, a moment that we probably waited our whole career. This is, having a venue for event managers, it's something very special. So now we have one. So we are very, very excited. It's been 2 weeks. We did a lot. The team did a lot during these 2 weeks to have you here for setting up everything. But hey, we are here and we are really glad to have you. So thank you so much for being here. First event of a very long series. So for the ones who don't know us, we are the AI user group. Our goal is to train professionals on AI tools, marketers, designers, software engineers. We do meetups, but we also do workshops, conferences, hackathons, and hopefully all of that will be done here. So we are very, very excited. So for the ones who wants to follow us, we are everywhere. I saw I had a slide for that, but I don't. So we are everywhere. We are on LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, if some people are on TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. So just look for AI User Group, you'll find us. So the agenda for today, first we're gonna start with, this is not the right slide, but, sorry, it's not the right presentation. Hey, it's the first event, right? Okay, I don't have the right presentation. Just a sec. All right, we are back. We are so back. All right. Yes, that's right. That's the agenda for tonight. Okay, so we're gonna start with Snow right here. He's gonna present us a talk about create AI assistant in Slack with a no-code tool. So I think a lot of people will be interested by this. Then Michael will be on stage, and then Alexi will be here. Just a very important rule, doors closed at 8:50. So keep that in mind. We're gonna kick you out. All right, now call for speakers. So this is a community-led event. We are always looking for speakers. As I said, we have a lot of events coming up. So if you are working for a startup, having AI tools for marketers, if yourself are working on an AI tool for marketers, if you have best practices, if you learn something that you want to share, this is also a very cool talks. So if you learn something with AI, you did something great. Actually, even if you did something that wasn't great and you want to explain why it wasn't great, it's also a very interesting talks. So anything you do, like really can be a talk. So just come and talk to me, Cyril@aiusergroup.com if you want to send me an email, or we can chat during networking. Next event for marketers, November 6th and December 4th. All right, and we're gonna start with Snow.
CEO of Rumbear. I'm gonna introduce what Rumbear is. Mostly, I'd like to introduce how you can utilize AI at work. So let me start. Basically, you can consider Rumbear as a connector between OpenAI, Anthropic, and Gemini, and your favorite communication channels like Slack, Teams, Discord, HubSpot, Zendesk, and also your knowledge base system like Google Drive, Notion, Confluence. So you can make any kind of combinations, and then we help you with the features, so then anyone can build the AI assistant in your favorite channels without engineering support. You can do most of that in just 10 minutes. Let me go through it. I'm not gonna introduce all the fancy features of Rumbear. I'm just going to introduce some of the ideas and then how you can build it without engineering in just 10 minutes. It's gonna be really simple. So please understand that we don't build the AI for you. We're gonna build your AI ideas using Rumbear and also other tools. So let me start with the marketing assistant. So this can be, you can call it marketing assistant, or it can be people team HR assistant or compliance assistant. So basically you can connect your knowledge base and then have the conversation with it. So prompt can be really simple. Let's try that. Just sign up to Rumbear and then come here to create the add new assistant. Yeah, let me call it marketing assistant and paste. Really, really simple instructions. You know that you can customize the instructions, really simple. And so you can connect Google Drive, you can connect Notion. Let me try with the marketing handbook over here. It's not that great contents in there, but we have content there. So you are uploading, you're connecting your knowledge base with the OpenAI. So you don't need to upload the PDF files again and again. It will be automatically synced when you have the updates in your Notion pages. And yeah, let's skip the details. Done. You created Assistant, and then now it's time to connect it to your Slack. Let me try with Slack. You can do the same thing using Teams. So I already integrated our Slack. You know that connecting the Slack, it's just a few clicks. You can do that. And let me try to invite it to snow test the channel. And yeah, there are a lot of options here. Let me skip it for now. Hold on. You just created AI chatbot in your Slack using your knowledge base and OpenAI. Let's test this. Okay. I prepared some questions here. Okay. Yeah, in here, we have marketing handbook. And in the marketing handbook, we summarized some of the marketing channels and newsletters. You can just come here and then call Rumbear, list all the marketing channels. Then the AI assistant you just created come up and then understand the questions and the knowledge base and share all the lists over here. Isn't it simple? It just takes 5 minutes, right? So let me introduce a few more examples. So this is basically how it works. Let me try with the several things. So let's delete this connection. This time, we are going to build something a little bit different. So we are going to build a customer research assistant so that you can get the information of the new customer's lead or prospect with the simple instructions. So, of course, we can create it from the scratch as we did, but this time, let's try to import your GPTs. So could you please raise your hand if you have ever created custom GPTs on OpenAI? That's great, that's great, yeah. More than half of you already created that. So you can come here add this bookmark over here, and let's come here. So yeah, you can create the really, really fancy great custom GPTs here. Let me go to the page. This is my custom GPTs. As you saw, there's the instructions here, and I can do many things over here. So here, I will click this bookmark I just added, and then Runbear will import your GPTs, and then create it right away. You can create, you can also turn on the web search and URL fetch and many other use cases here. So I already created it, so this time, let's do that a little bit differently. You can customize, you can change the name, the Runbear, instead of Runbear, you can use any names, like a customer research puppy, and blah, blah. You can select customer research assistant, and then create. That's boom. And you can also customize your logos, really simple, with simple instructions. Okay, this one. Great. And you can connect it to your Slack right away. I just did, created the custom research puppy in your Slack and then connected to your own custom GPT. Let's see how it works. Okay, shall we go back to the snow test again? And I prepared some questions here. Yeah. Let's check custom research puppy research by my app. So serial is over here, right? Great, great. Let's see how it works. And it's basically fetching the data from the internet, and then as I wrote down, it summarizes what it does. You can make it 3 bullet points or make it long so that you can get more information. Next question could be, so we also dog feeding by ourselves. Whenever new user come to our sign up to our service, we added this automated Runbear to comes up and then research the new users, and then so that we can understand who they are, what they do. Shall we go back to here? And also, in the prompt, when you see the prompt, oh, not this one. I also added some of this kind of the instructions so that you can write the cold email with the cool templates that you use every day. So I can ask it, write a cold email for the CEO serial. You can keep having conversations with your assistant and then do many things. Yeah, that's cool, right? Isn't it? Okay, let me introduce some of the other use cases also. How about this? I already built a Slack chatbot, the assistant that can fetch the information from the URL using this feature. And also, I set up more triggers like this. When you come here, I skipped this before. So whenever the bot see the HTTPS text in specific channel, you can bring that up. You can make it work as you did. And also, I did it. So if you add the memo emoji, you will also summon the AI. Let's try this. TechCrunch, Tesla plans. You know, so many people, so many colleagues, they share a lot of articles in the Slack, and they don't summarize the content. They just throw it away and then read this. This is awesome. And then, you know, we cannot read them all. We don't have enough time. So I made it to summarize the content using 5 bullet points. It can be really easier for all the employees have the same information and then move on. Great, this is another example. And also, I'm happy to share this. We recently released this. You can have a conversation about the Slack conversation. You know, summarize the weekly conversations, give me all the URLs that you posted today. Let me show you how it works. So here is the user acquisition channel that everyone who, so whenever we have new user, we have the information here. So I'm going to ask Runbear, which I named Hey Slack, list all the emails signed up today. So you don't need to count and you don't need to copy and paste all the information to get some insight from that. Runbear will fetch the data from your Slack and then, boom, post all the information here. Oh, so it showed only one, so I need to improve my prompt. But yeah, as you can see, you can have the conversation. You can extract the information from the Slack channel. So this is the examples of the use cases. Whenever you have ideas, right? If you have somebody calls you, asks you, mention you every day and ask a bunch of questions, the repetitive questions, you can build your AI assistant and then make it work. You can even make it work if somebody mentioned you instead of the bot. So basically you have your personal assistant who answer prior to you. And there are a lot of fancy features like generating images and then parsing images and calling the APIs, that many things. So for the last, I will just show you that really just a toy example. I just created this logo generator and then, yeah, did some really short instructions. I just turned on these 2 features. That's all. I'm gonna connect it to Runbear and invite it to the snow test again. Great. So let's go to snow test. Let's try this. I'm gonna add, yeah, Runbear logo first. Runbear logo. And be my app over here. Okay, Runbear. Overlap these images. Runbear is working. I hope that it overlaps the image and that give me the result. Oh, it gives weird one. No, overlap the 2 images. You know, demo always makes some mistakes. So basically, yeah, this is how it works. Thank you for listening to my story. And please let me know if you have any AI ideas and if you want to build it and introduce it to your colleagues. I would be happy to support you, and I bet that you can do that in less than 10 minutes. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks so much. Let's give Snow a round of applause. And it actually did overlap at the end. That's great. Do we have questions for Snow? Yes.
Hello, thank you. Hi, thank you. Can you tell us the models that are available for RunBear? I noticed you had 4.0 on there, and which model were you using for the image creation?
Yeah, great, great. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so you asked about the models. So we support OpenAI and Claude and Gemini. And for the OpenAI, you can use most of the recent models. You can choose it. For image generation, we use DALL-E, but for the model, you can choose anything that you want. We support our customer use our OpenAI API keys, but you can use yours too. We don't charge for it. So if you choose to use your own OpenAI API keys, and if you have access to something like O1, then you can use it too. So it's totally up to you.
Great. Other questions? Here.
So you demo several different features. I'm wondering which ones are the most popular.
Most popular, thank you very much. We recently released the Notion integrations, and we got a lot of love calls from our customers. They really love it. So actually, it's not just one feature that we selling. We are selling that the ability that our customers build their ideas. So to build their ideas, they need a lot of different features. But basically, connecting Slack with the OpenAI and Notion is the most powerful features so far. And actually Google Drive too. Yeah.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. Are you planning to integrate this on other places like contact us form or a website?
Great, great. Yeah, yeah. We definitely plan to do it. But for now, as a startup, we are trying to solely focus on the internal usage. So definitely we are going to move forward more towards to the customer-facing product. And at that moment, we will provide the SDK so that you can integrate it in your website. But until then, we are trying to focus on the communication channels. And then we are going to support WhatsApp, Instagram, and of course, we already support the HubSpot and Zendesk. Yeah, we are going to expand this kind of integrations.
Thanks for the presentation. Really interesting. So how do you envisage the commercial model working?
Sorry, do you mean that the pricing model? Or
Yeah,
yeah, business model. Got it. So our pricing model is quite simple. We started this business this year, and then we start simple. It's $79 per month if you pay annually, and then it has some limitations. But for team purposes, it would be sufficient for you to use it. So after several teams in your company use it, or if you use it for customer-facing purposes, then you can upgrade it. But definitely for starting, it's a good deal, I believe. Yeah.
More questions? I'm curious, like what are the next features you are working on?
Good question. That's a lot. There's a lot. But I can promise that you just saw that using Slack search as the knowledge base. Actually, it's not knowledge base. It's fetching the recent Slack conversations and then answer based on it. But next feature will be using Slack knowledge base, which means you don't need to answer the same question twice. If you answer it correctly, the next question come up, your bot will answer based on the previous answers.
Hi, Snow. Yeah, thank you so much. It was great. Do you see an example for example, when sorry, I went blank. Yeah, when your conversation is hidden, for example, some of the startups work with free plans of Slack. So it's not the paid version, it's the free one. When the conversations go hidden, is Runbear going to work?
I see. So if there's a competitor comes up, and then what if there is a cheaper way to do that, right? Is that correct? Oh, I see. So, first of all, our ideal customer profile is the companies who use the paid version. But still, we are supporting many kind of so open source communities and also non-profit communities. We support them. There is a special offer for them. And for the free trials, we also tested it out. And then there are several ways to achieve that. So hidden away, it's not the problem, because the users who use Slack free, they do not care too much about the history gone away. What the important for them is the current conversations, and then definitely our Runbear still works for them. And you remind me that we also have this kind of features. For example, if anyone, there are generated messages over here, right? And if you leave this kind of emojis, you can collect the emojis, the analytics of it, so that you can evaluate your assistant to improve that.
Okay, that's great. It was our last question. Let's give Snow a round of applause. Great presentation, Snow.
Thank you very much.
Very useful product. So next, it's gonna be Michael. Create custom content at scale, combining text, image, video, and data.
Okay. All right. All good? Can you hear me in the back? Great, thank you. Well, thanks everyone for being here. Mike D'Annunzio. I'm one of the co-founders of Area. I'm also run my own strategic consultancy called PVAI Consulting, where we help brands integrate AI into their workflows, as well as solving the outcomes that they do. And but I'm here to talk today about Area. But first, can I get a sense of the marketers in the room? Is anyone here in the marketing function? Oh, wow. Okay, great. Awesome. So now I better be prepared for the questions. So our platform Area is really designed to, as it says, transform content creation at scale. And what we are building is this idea that we're trying to help marketers who are suffering with this kind of this proliferation of channels, tremendous need to develop all sorts of content, try to stay on brand, on message, and do it in a way that makes sense because they're not getting more resources. And so the platform that we're building, and I'll show you the first version of it, which is the text-to-text piece. It's an AI SaaS marketing platform, and we're going to combine leading models for text, image, video, and data in a very user-friendly interface. And this is going to enable marketers to very efficiently produce the content at scale, all within the marketing process that they're very familiar with. And so just quickly why this came about. So Nicholas Santos on the left, he was toying around with ChatGPT from pretty much the earliest of days. He was a digital marketer at a fashion brand, performance and growth marketing side of things, and he was using AI to do all sorts of things. But the problem that he found was he needed different solutions to accomplish the entire process. So about a year or so ago, he asked Brian Sung, my other partner who was advising the company at the time, do you think there's an opportunity for us to build a platform that is going to help marketers who can do the entire process all within one? And then they got me involved. And so the three of us have been in the marketing side of things for, well, Brian and I at least for 30 years, Nick about half of that time. And we looked at the problem, saw an opportunity, and for us the key was to make sure that marketers could do the entire process. So all the way from ideation to content creation to deployment to data analysis, and have that circle all the way back in. And so what that looks like is there's 6 core areas that we're building out. The first that we have right now, which I'll show you today, are the first 2, the brand DNA, and then the creative campaign briefs where you can create the copy outputs. We're in the process of building the visual piece, so brands are going to be able to connect with their DAMs, and they're going to be able to upload their assets. Those assets are going to be able to be resized, and based on all the channels that you've selected, kind of automatically resized for all those channels, deployed to the platforms on the right, and then we'll be able to feed that data back in to do quality scores and help provide more information for future campaigns. And really what this means is brands are going to be able to save time, they're going to save money, they're going to increase revenue, but they're also going to stay on brand. So all of you in the marketing know how difficult it is when you're dealing with multiple channels, multiple messages, to try to make sure that everything is staying on brand. And we've worked with several betas over the last 8 or 9 months, modeling out what they could save. And if you're doing about 2 omni-channel campaigns a week, you can expect to save around 4,000 hours a year in content development, which comes out to be, around $165,000 in savings. So that's what we believe our value proposition is. Again, taking the entire campaign process and being able to deploy it quite easily. And so let me show you the platform itself. So as I mentioned, the first part that we've developed is the text-to-text piece. We are in beta, so any of you who, after this, if this is of interest, we are definitely looking for beta customers. We have quite a robust pipeline from our own networks, but we're looking to find people who are less friendly and help us, get us really good feedback. So please come up to me if you think this is of interest. So what happens is you'd go to the platform, you'd sign in, obviously watch a couple videos to understand how you're doing, and then you would train the model. And so you've probably seen this, and actually I'm going to just pause for a second. Does anyone here use a platform like a Jasper or a Writer or Copy or WriteSonic? Got a few hands? Okay, perfect. Okay, so if you've used those platforms, you're probably familiar with uploading files and into a knowledge base so they can start to understand your brand. We have very similar functionality. So brands will upload PDFs, CSVs, text files, data, whatever it is that they feel is important for the model to really understand what their brand is all about and how that's going to impact the development of campaigns. In this particular case, I just uploaded a PDF from a course that we teach on marketing and AI. Obviously, you would upload a series of links, and when that's all done, it'll generate a summary. So the knowledge base will pull everything you've put, generate a summary. Just like in GPT or any of the LLMs that you use, you can prompt it for changes and ultimately get to the output that you want. You would save that, and then that would lead you to brand guidelines. So for lots of brands, they have certain words that they want associated with them, and then they have certain words they don't want associated with them. And so I've done a lot of work in the fashion and apparel space, and so the idea of wrinkle-free versus wrinkle-resistant, or waterproof versus water-resistant, there are just certain words you don't want to say, and those would show up in the negative words. So you have positive words, negative words, the tone that you want, the target audiences that you're going after, and the core values of the brand. And so all of this is, as you can see, you can generate more. Here you can auto-generate, you can, if some of these aren't working, obviously you just get rid of those. And that's going to then ultimately take us to the brand voice. And so the brand voice gets created Again, prompt for changes. And once all of this is done, you now have everything in the knowledge base. Area remembers all this and uses it to process it for campaigns. So then the next thing you would do is you would go and create a campaign. And so just as an example, you'd come to this page, and you may want to manually enter things in, the name of your campaign, the date, offer messages, feature products, URLs, short descriptions, etc. But sometimes you're just looking for ideas, and so I would just type in here, launch of new service. Then we have our area robot. Okay, so obviously that was not a very comprehensive prompt, but the idea is you put in what you want. I'm looking for additional ideas, and it's going to develop a series of campaign ideas for you. So you could select any of these and get a preview of that particular campaign. Some you may like, some you want. If you like them, but you're not necessarily going to use them, you could bookmark them. But I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so now I'm here and I've got this campaign, and then it's going to bring you back to the slide I just showed you, which is the campaign creation details. So as you're going through, all of this is pre-filled. You can select or remove any of these, and here's where you select your channels. So for example, let's say we want to use Google. Within Google, I want to just do search and Performance Max. And then I have Meta, similar thing, where if I want to use Meta, I can then go and I can select the various ones that I want within Meta. Everything on the back end for us is built using all the best practices of the platform, so you don't have to be thinking about all of that. That's what's going into it. That's already pre-built into the system. And then you would click. So in this case, I selected Google Ads, and I selected email and Meta. Yeah, I'm just going to continue to go through this because it's a little bit quicker. So then in the normal marketing process, you have the creative brief. So automatically a brief is created. You have the objective, description, the target, campaign key message. And then for each of the channels, so in this case LinkedIn, in this case email, and here on the Google Ads, you have all of the details that you want. So normally this process can take hours and days and quite a bit of time. Here you're seeing it's done in a matter of seconds. And we anticipate, and through our beta customers, we know various different types of people are using the platform all at once. So you might have the head of marketing as an example who sets the ideas for the campaigns and all the information. And then the next person who comes in might be the creative person, who I'll show you on the next slides. They're going to sign off on all of the copy outputs. Then performance and growth marketers might take it from there, bring it over to the platforms, and do what they need to do within the platforms. So you have your campaign creative brief, and after that, it brings you to all of your copy. So as you can see here, we have copy for organic social, copy for paid media, both Google Search and Google Performance Max, and then copy for owned media. And I've already pre-selected these, but you can go in and all of this is fully editable. You can prompt, you can have different changes, all right within in the areas itself. So in this case, we have LinkedIn, so you have a bio, we have headline, we have long posts, we have short posts, we have a variety of different options that you could do. If you're in Google, again, you have everything based on the best practices. It's all pre-built out for you. And then you would go and you create your templates. So here, let's just go to Google and Google Search. So we've already created templates. All of this is drag and drop. So if I want to change something, I just move that over, even though I just did the same one. I'll go back just so you can see how that works. And if you want more, you just hit create template, and we have a new one. And so this enables you to create lots of versions of ads very, very quickly. All during this process, you'll be able to share, export, collaborate, and then you get to final review. And so final review is the final outputs that you have that you can then deploy to the channels. We aren't yet set up where you can automatically deploy to the channels. We will soon be. But in the interim, way we have it now is you can export it as PDF, XLS, and as well as a Word doc. And then, of course, you can share. So right now, our collaboration is around this idea of a link. We're building more robust collaboration features in the platform as we go. So that's Area, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thanks, Michael.
For sure.
Let's give Michael a round of applause. Cool. Who has question? Over there? Here? Okay. I'm lazy. I'm going to start here.
Hi, great presentation. Curious to understand definitely a lot of functionality. Basically, it's an integrated marketing campaign that you can build using this capability. So,
Yes.
Curious to understand, you mentioned some of the other players like Jasper and Writer. What are some of the biggest differences there?
Sure. Yeah. Very fair question. We think the primary difference right now is the fact that we are built for entire campaigns, where a lot of the other platforms, and this isn't a critique of them, it's not a bad thing, is that they're more driven by point solutions, and we're trying to bring the whole comprehensive planning process together. In our platform, can you say, oh, I just need an email, or I just need this? Of course, but we're really built for the marketing teams that want to do entire campaigns in the beginning right now. So I say that's the primary difference. At least that's what we're hearing from customers and people that we're demoing the platform for. And I think a lot of it just depends on your organization and obviously what your particular needs are. We are going after the SMB market, so that's our core customer, whereas Jasper and Writer are they're really, I think, going more toward, based on what I can see, they're going more toward enterprise, and it's really different. We've talked to plenty of enterprises because many of us come from very large corporations, and so we have lots of contacts there. It's just really a different sale, a different integration, a different thing. We're going after the SMB market.
Thanks very much for the presentation. Great, really insightful. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the collaboration and what you think that's going to look like? Because there's platforms already that are delivering simultaneous collaboration, video content, things like that. Is that something you envisage bringing into the platform, or how does that look?
Sure, yeah. So the first level of collaboration is just around the team. So very easily for the team to collaborate. And what we're learning is some organizations really don't even want that. They'd rather just communicate through their own Slack channels and programs and do things that way. Others want it all combined within the platform. So if you think of the way you might use Google Workspace, right, where you can comment on things and chat things, all of that is currently being built because there are definitely organizations that want that. And then the other level will be integrating with their current communications systems like a Slack or something like that.
So you would regard it really as an internal working tool rather than something that you could be pushing out to, say, channel partners and getting them to use that for co-creation?
Potentially, we're pretty new, so we're not there yet.
Right.
We're really focused right now on SMB, omni-channel for sure, but have heavy content needs across channels, and that's really our core group. Not so much, could I see that down the line? For sure. I wouldn't say that's anywhere in the next 12 to 18 months for us from where we're focusing.
All right, thanks for that.
Sure.
More questions?
Hi, very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Was interested in a little bit more about the model training, and I was curious also in particular in the ability to be able to URL link info in order to train the model. And I was wondering in particular, can you link or upload tables of information for it to be able to then get the info from?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, sure, for sure. Within, you can upload anything. I would say tables probably work best within PDFs, just from the model reading it standpoint, if that's what you're asking. That would be my recommendation. I think just kind of generally, sometimes even GPT will spit things back if it's, not always in the best format. So I would recommend putting those in a PDF first and then uploading those in. From the links standpoint, let me go back to that page. So here, right now, the way the platform is set up, you would put in links to the very specific pages that you want the knowledge base to pull from. So you wouldn't just put in, say, your main URL. You would put in, I really like this blog post. I really like this product feature. We'll kind of see how that evolves over time once we have more betas on the platform giving us feedback. But the way we've set it up right now is to really guide the customers to put in the specific links that they think best represent their brand or have the information on those pages that they want the knowledge base to be pulling from. So I don't know if that answers your question, but did I answer your question? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Michael. That was great. Can you edit the brand voice once it's there?
100%.
Because
yes, you can. No, finish. Sorry, did I interrupt you? Finish your
No,
question.
that was it.
Okay. Yes. So you can go in and just edit it like this as you would normally. You can prompt it for changes, but yes, you can edit it at any time. So if new information comes in or changes for whatever reason, yeah, you definitely can edit it. Yeah, good question. So we haven't announced a cost yet. I can say pretty confidently it's consistent with the other types of platforms that are in the market because we're testing costs with our beta users right now. But to give you some sense of this, you want to think somewhere in the $79 to $299 a month per user. A lot of that's going to be based on consumption and features. So obviously, the more you're using it, there's more cost to us, obviously, on our end. So it'll vary, but we haven't settled on that yet because we've done a lot of price research, but we're still, now that the platform is live and people are using it, we can actually get really good input on, what their capacity to pay or willingness to pay will be.
I had another question.
Yeah.
Just a few weeks ago at my company, my team went through a process of onboarding a new performance marketing agency. We went through brand, ICP,
Yep.
provided a lot of our best key messaging deliverables and documents, and pretty standard process to bring on a new agency to help us with a lot of marketing campaign execution. How would a platform like this either supplement or complement the agency model?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty big question, actually. So we definitely see agencies using the platform. We have beta customers as agencies right now testing it. A lot of it, I think, is incumbent on the agency to really make sure that they're staying at the forefront of AI and what the capabilities of AI can do. So this platform, yeah, you would train them on this tool, or they may be coming to you with using this tool or one of the other tools that are out there and sharing that they're using AI tools to create the content. That, I think, is really important, that the transparency and the partnership between both the brand and the agency to make sure you're clear on what the AI is doing and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, we definitely see agencies, they're the ones we've been beta testing with, like it because they can have multiple brands within the platform. And there's a pretty substantial time savings here for them. But I think more importantly is it allows you to spend more time on more strategic things versus just kind of the rote, like, oh gosh, I have to create like 20 versions of this ad, and more on the strategic planning and the strategic thinking.
Hey, thank you for that. That was actually It's pretty interesting. Quick question, in terms of like, are there any analytics in terms of when you push out a campaign and maybe it doesn't work, you want to make sure it doesn't sort of generate that type of stuff again in terms of the copy or whatnot? If you could touch on that, that would be interesting.
For sure. Yeah, huge issue is having that loop of the data coming out. So how are all the ads performing? What are the drivers of those ads, especially as we incorporate image and video? You know, is the model standing up? Is the model standing? You know, what are they doing? So we are going to be connecting with the platforms. We're not there yet, as I mentioned. We literally just put this out to the wild like a week ago. So we're very transparent about where we are. So if you do become a beta tester, there will be some bugs. Please let us know, though. But yeah, data and the data loop is a very big part of our roadmap and something you'll see, I would say probably, you know, in the middle of the first quarter. You know, we all come from the world of data, and we're all, you know, from the marketing side, so we're quite familiar with it. It's really just a matter of when it gets built into the platform. Because one other thought for you, just to leave you with, is when you think of some of these platforms, at least the way we like to talk about it is, think of it as zero to first draft. You know, we're going to really quickly help you get from zero to first draft. Ultimately, we're going to have a lot more data, and those first drafts are going to be getting better, and then 12 months from now, you know, our platform will be more agentic, and who knows what that's going to look like for everybody, right? You know, as these things start to do more things on our behalf. But right now, just think of these tools. I think their real value is a lot of it is zero to first draft. Save lots of time, give you lots of options, and spend more time on the things you actually like to be doing.
Hi, thanks for the talk.
Sure.
Quick question. Have you guys found the testers kind of giving you feedback on how much revisions they have to do from the AI-generated content?
Yeah, we're just starting to get that feedback for sure. We're getting kind of all feedback, everything from, you know, the UI, the UX, all of that kind of stuff. Like I said, we've only put it out to the wild for about a week, so there's nothing I can really extrapolate to say, you know, these were really good, these were not so good, they worked really well here, they didn't. I don't have enough of that data to share yet, but again, for anyone who's a beta user, that's exactly what we're looking for. I mean, we've done a lot of work behind the scenes on how the models are being prompted, all of that kind of stuff, the information it's pulling. Now the proof is in the pudding as we're out there in the wild to see, you know, how all that work is, you know, paying off.
Thanks. And the second question is, are most of your testers targeting consumer markets, or have you guys got more like B2B type of?
Yeah, I'd say 3/4, maybe a little higher than that, are on the consumer side, for sure. We think, you know, the thesis is that we're going to be more consumer focused on those brands. You know, running up against a HubSpot or Salesforce is, you know, that's kind of a different game you're playing. So we're initially, though, our ICP is on the consumer side. Again, we have B2B people testing it. They do use HubSpot, and they do, you know, use some of these other platforms. So we'll get that feedback. But the thesis is, you know, more consumer in the early days.
Thanks.
More questions? Yeah. And that's going to be the last one.
My question is similar to this gentleman's here. In terms of like your ideal, like the daily driving user of this app, is that like a marketing manager, or is it like a marketing ops person?
More of a marketing manager. Yeah.
I see.
And so on the brand side, on the agency side, it's, you know, the people that have expressed the most interest in it are the performance marketers, because, you know, in the end, they are charged with creating all these ads and getting them deployed and that kind of thing. Creative people, I'd say, you know, some people love, some, you know, not so love, but they feel a lot more comfortable with it when we show them that they're the ones who are actually signing off on all of the ads, and it's just the model and the platform is doing a lot of the hard work for them.
And then are they typically like, I'm running 10 campaigns, I'm doing 30,000 a month in spend?
It's actually all over the board. We have some that are definitely some that are doing those levels. but we also have some that are doing much more than that. So again, because we're so new, we don't exactly know where the center of the fairway is going to be for us in the first 6 months, but we'll see, you know. And we're looking for beta testers of all types. We have a bunch, but we're, you know, clearly looking for more. Thank you.
Great. Just one more. So you said like you already have like some beta tester.
Yeah.
Do you have like one feedback that's recurring from your current beta tester? Like, do you sense where they are trying to drive you already?
The biggest thing we hear is, holy cow, this saved us a lot of time.
Nice.
That's really the biggest thing that we hear. And that's great, because that's a huge value for brands and for marketers.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give Michael. Okay, one more question. Okay, that's the last one. Very quick.
Do you have a link where we can sign up to be beta testers?
I do, actually, shoot.
Yes,
You know what?
important one.
I am like the worst salesman, so sorry. I should have put that up. Here we go. That's why I'm the COO and not the CMO. But yeah, you can just go to dashboard.areasolutions.ai. And if you want a demo, we're happy to do that. Just send me an email at michael@areasolutions.com. You can find me on LinkedIn as well. Probably should have my name up here as well. It's Michael Denunzio, Denunzio, but I'll be here if you're interested and we can connect.
Okay, it's also a very important part of the community to test new tools and give feedback to founders. So give it a try.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Michael. Let's give
you.
Michael a round of applause. Next in line is Alexei, the best marketing strategy for performance marketers using AI videos.
All right. So apparently I'm the last man standing between you and pizza, so I'll try to be efficient with my presentation here. I'm Alex. I'm the founder of poolday.ai. I want to show you today quickly what we do as a company, what we've learned, some examples, and then just a little bit of our story. First of all, you might care about this presentation if you fit into one of those 4 categories. So essentially, if you either you're running ads and you're struggling to scale on TikTok, on Facebook, and so on, or if you hit creative fatigue, so you find creative ads that are performing, but then they're quickly dialing down, and then you need to find new ads. If you're doing great, but you want a lot more scale and ad spend, or if you're just curious of what AI can do and you're here to see what's up. So first of all, I'll start with examples. At a high level, Poolday is a video editor that helps you build videos using AI actors, AI voiceovers, captions, all of it generated automatically within a few minutes. So I'll show you a few examples, and then we can dive into how we get those done. Oh, sound is off. One sec. You're good?
I just got these AirPods and they're blowing my mind. I've been listening to my playlist all day and I'm hearing things I've never noticed before. It's crazy. Seriously, try this challenge. Put on your favorite song and see if you can pick out 5 new sounds you've never heard in it before. I bet you can't.
I'll pause this.
Hey guys, let's talk online privacy real quick. You know how sketchy the internet can be, right? Check out NordVPN, one tap, and bam. You're invisible online. Hide your IP, encrypt your stuff, Browse without limits. It's super easy and trusted by millions. Don't let creeps spy on your online life.
And third example, so
Hey
same
guys,
actor.
let's talk online privacy real quick. You know how sketchy the internet can be, right?
I'm not going to play the full video, but what you see here is a video that was generated entirely within a few minutes from the platform. The customer that produced those videos didn't have to hire the actual actors, didn't have to generate full briefs, they didn't have to edit the video. All they had to do was upload product, footage. In this case, in the case of NordVPN here in the middle, they had to upload the screen recording of the app, type in a script, select actors, select how they would want the video to look like, and within 5 minutes, could have 2 videos, could have 10, 20 videos to find performing ads. I read a stat this morning actually from AppsFlyer, a mobile measurement partner, saying that 2%, and I don't want to butcher this, 2% of the ads that are run at some point by a campaign consumes 70% of the budget, 68% of the budget from the campaign. And really what this means is that a lot of the variations that marketers are trying are not going to pan out, and that's okay. You're playing the numbers game. And so we're helping marketers play that numbers game, produce a lot of video ads, and see what sticks.
He's music lovers. Hey guys,
Hey guys, let's talk online privacy real quick.
And that's a mesh of all three, if you can imagine. For context, a little bit about me. I own a mobile app studio. Before launching Pool Day, I ran user acquisition. I was the founder and CEO of the mobile app studio. We own 22 mobile apps on the App Store. I still own them to this day. We spent about 300 grand a month on user acquisition. That was on TikTok, on Facebook, and AppLovin, for those that are familiar. TikTok was the biggest channel. And so we produced more than 100,000 videos to run user acquisition, and that was our biggest bottleneck. So we were able to scale the mobile app studio because we found a solution to video content creation, and that solution was Pool Day that we created first to solve our own problem, then we realized we could do this for other people as well. So first of all, some of the things we've learned is that we were able to leverage AI and especially AI videos, to test what apps we would build and what product we should build before we actually built it. So how this worked for us was we created video ads for an app that didn't exist. And then we would throw it on the market, throwing on TikTok or Facebook, and we would see if it performs well or not. If it performs well, we called it, we have TikTok market fit. And this meant was like, okay, it's resonating with the audience, and there's something to be done there. If it didn't resonate, then nobody cares about the product. We tried many different approaches, many angles, didn't work, let's not build the app. So that's kind of one thing we've experimented with and that scaled a lot. The second thing we've learned is that it's a numbers game. You need to produce a lot of ads in order to find performing ones. The third, and this is what I'm going to show you, is sort of what can you do with AI actors. And the fourth is something I touched upon, which is how variations were a game changer. So we've had one video ad spend close to $6 million since 2022, since August of 22, so it's been north of 2 years. And this one ad, it keeps being alive, not because it's so great, but because we keep making one tweak to it every single time. So it's the same fundamental ad, the foundation is the same, with one tweak constantly, and it's been running since August 22 and getting a lot of the spend, or the vast majority of the spend. I want to show you just quickly how the demo, how the platform works. And with that, before I share this, really important to understand, we have tested, like I said, 100,000, more than 100,000 now video ads. We still have no effing clue what works and what doesn't work. So that's kind of the point in Pool Day, is that we don't know. We think marketers don't know. Maybe they know, maybe they think they know. That's not our opinion. It's not our place to say what they know or not. What we do know for sure is that no one can pinpoint exactly which ad is going to work and forecast it for future purposes. So we make the process a lot easier, and I'm going to show you how. While I load this, you should know that my co-founder had a small gift for me. he pushed a massive update about 6 hours ago, and then his daughter came home sick, and he told me, good luck. So we're going to do live testing together, but we hopefully will be fine. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to walk through a video workflow to create a batch of videos exactly like the videos that I've shown you before. I'm going to create a new batch. I've previously uploaded, it's zoomed enough, yeah. I previously uploaded some gameplay footage, some screen recordings. By the way, I'm showing mobile app footage where games, apps, any digital service, and we're launching e-commerce within 4 weeks, so I'm in November. So I'm going to select a background footage. So this is essentially a screen recording of my product. It could be something that's showing the website, if I have a website, and so on. I'm going to select some music. We have royalty-free music. We're also, you can upload your own music, obviously. I'm going to select the actors. The actors are available for you to use. You have the full rights to the video once you generate the video after a few minutes. We have a full catalog of actors, north of 2,000 actors, so we load like specific actors for each customer. I should mention we're focused on enterprise customers for now, and we're opening self-serve motion very soon for anyone that is generating 2, 3, 5 videos a month. I'm going to go with 3 actors. And then I type in the script. So the script we break down into 3 sections: the hook, the base, and the call to action. A typical TikTok structure, Facebook structure. The hook is the first part of the sentence, the first part of the video. So I would say, you know, hey guys, this game has blown my mind, and you'll see why in a second. I can preview, I can generate variations. I'm just going to add another hook because maybe I don't want to just focus on guys. Maybe I want to say, hey ladies, hear me out. This game is incredible. And what will happen is we will create a few videos, some of which will have the first hook, some of which will have the second hook. So we generate all of those combinations so you don't have to edit every video manually. I'm going to do the same with the base. And so you can challenge your friends, earn, what can I say, earn coins. What else can you do in a game? And beat the leaderboard or be #1 on the leaderboard. So what I'm typing here is what the actor will actually say, what the captions will actually show. And I'll add a small call to action. Oh, sorry, they're perfect. So go check it out on the App Store and thank me later. Okay, it's a very simple example. You can type in anything you want. You can get creative ideas and so on. And the last step is to say, well, how do I want the video to actually look? We support all aspect ratios, but in this case, I focused on TikTok, so I said vertical video is what I want. And I'm going to go in our video editor, and I'm not going to show you the full video editor features. What I am going to show you, and I'm on a small screen here, so, well, you guys are looking at a big screen. I'm looking at a small screen. So you can essentially say, well, for the beginning of the video, really I want the actor to be, you know, top left. And then in the middle part of the video, I want the actor to be visible. To hide the actor, and then for the what is it? The gameplay. The gameplay, I want the let's say the captions actually might be easier. There you go. And internet's not loading here, but essentially what I want is to show any part of the video, to control it, to make sure that my captions are appearing at the right time, my actor is moving correctly on the screen, and so on. And I have, you know, ability to live preview. I have ability to create variations of that video directly, and many, many more things. Create a background blur behind the actor. Anything you would expect in a video editor. But the beauty of it is you edit once, and it applies to all of your videos. This works well with companies that have brand guidelines to respect, because then they do the work once, they get it approved, and then they know every single video that comes out will come out fully compliant. The last step is to say how many videos I actually want. So here we calculated that there are a total of 8 possible combinations. Why 8? Because I chose 4 actors and I chose 2 hooks. or I wrote 2 hooks. So that's a total of 8 videos. Had I chosen 12 actors, 3 hooks, and 2 call to actions, that would have been a lot more videos. So I'm going to say, I want maybe not 8 videos, only 4. Hit generate, and within 5 minutes, the batch is ready, fully ready to be deployed on marketing channels, and looks exactly, it requires no post-processing, no editing. It's exactly like the videos that I showed you. Because I don't want to look at a screen for 5 minutes, essentially we can let the video load, but that's why I showed you the examples early on. There's a lot more to it when it comes to the integrations that we have. And so we integrate with marketing channels. We integrate, so we can automatically deploy the videos to the marketing channels. Because we kind of created a problem, we solved the problem, and we created a new one. Marketers that work with us are grateful because we produce a lot of videos for them. The next step for them is, oh, I have to upload all those videos to the marketing channel. And that's not that fun. And so then we're deploying those videos to marketing channels. And then great, I have 165 videos on the marketing channel. I need to pull the analytics for every video. So we pull the analytics. And so we decided to really focus on performance marketers that are interested in scaling their user acquisition strategies, starting at enterprise level and then going into the individual customer, like prosumer, very fast. I'll pause here. Would love to know if you have questions, and happy to show you final examples once they're done. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Alexei. Let's start with questions.
Is it possible to have custom models?
The question is it possible to have custom models? The answer is yes. That's why we focused on enterprise. So initially we started building a catalog of a lot of actors. We realized that people don't care about having 2,000 actors. They care about having the 3 actors that they really love. Actor strategy to be client-focused instead of platform, like client-centric instead of platform-centric. So when we work with a customer, we have a customer, for example, who they've been working with 2 people on their creative team, and these people have been appearing in their videos for the longest time. So we created digital twins of them, and then we use them as part of the videos. So yes, you can definitely create your own actors.
Hi. Thank you for the presentation. It's so nice.
Thank you.
Can I add my product videos and that kind of adjustment in there?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. The question is, can you upload your own product videos? So the first step, the first step when you configure your app, that section here called background footage. Background footage is where you upload your product footage, and you can upload as many as you'd like, and you can use as many as you'd like in the platform. And those are all. It can be a screen recording. It can be a video that you made yourself. It can be a video you generated with another tool. And really how our customers are using that is they have their own product footage. They're uploading that, typing a script. We're making it easy for them to align the script with what's going on in the video, so you don't have a disconnect between what the actor is saying and what's shown on screen. We're making it very easy to align, and then you get the final video with your product footage, with the actor talking on top, with the voiceover, with the captions, and so on.
I have a question. What's your positioning compared to HeyGen?
Never heard of them.
Who are these people?
Yeah, so HeyGen is a company focused on creating AI actors. We really focus on the full cycle of the performance marketing team. And so the performance marketing team needs to create videos, like I said, deploy them, pull in the marketing analytics, and we use this to build reinforced learning. So because we create the videos, we deploy them, we get the analytics, we know what works and what doesn't work for that customer. So all of a sudden we can do very interesting things, like we can know actor B works really well versus actor C for a specific client. And so the next time they generate videos, we can give them hints and insights. We have some customers who have fully automated this with Poolday. Say, I don't want to see anything. just generate, measure, and generate, and measure, and repeat. And so really, we're very focused on two things. So the full cycle for performance marketing companies, as well as the video editor itself. Today, we started with ads because that's my background, but really tomorrow, anyone that needs to create a video or a set of videos, we think we'll use Poolday because we allow them to create many or to edit many videos at once. So we're very close to HeyGen. In fact, for some parts of the product, we use HeyGen. So we love the team there, and yeah, we're working on two separate problems using some components that are similar.
Nice, thank you. Yes.
It's a quick one. Is there demand for, and if there is, how far are you from non-human characters, namely like like animals, cats, and like characters?
Thank you for the question. So the question is there demand for non-human characters, essentially? Yeah. So animals, yeah, cats, dogs. So so there is demand. There's demand for two things. So the first is animals. The second is anime avatars, like fictionist characters that are clearly not human, and we're very close to that. We're probably talking about weeks away from that. I would say November-ish to be able to make it happen. It's not our top priority per se. We're very focused on the video editor itself, and then many of the things, like some of the most requested features are around personalization. Actually, let me show you something. Where's my... One sec. There it is. For example, on the left is the original AI actor. On the right is an actor with colors modified. And so once you're able to identify zones, you can change and personalize the character to anything you want, right? So that we're more focused on the human right now, but again, both anime characters, like fictionist characters and animals, will come for sure. Matter of weeks, if not months, if not weeks.
Hi, thank you for the presentation. I have multi-layered questions, so I'll try to lump it all together, and hopefully you can just answer as much as you can. You had mentioned about custom actors. I was wondering, can you upload your own video, and are you able to control the voice as well as localization? And if you could add where you guys are at with captioning. Okay,
so voice, localization, captioning, and your own video.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yes to all is the short answer. And the only one that would need a clarity is the captioning. What do you mean by captioning? Like to customize the captions, or? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. It's everything is built in the video editor. And so when I haven't shown the full video editor here, but when you go into the video editor, you can customize anything, whether it's importing your own elements or using our library of available assets. So for captions, we use, I think we have 30 or 40 captions supported. You can select do you want to highlight the word, or do you want to highlight the full text? Do you want the captions to be tilted, not tilted? So you can do a lot of the things that you would expect to do, if not all of them. Just to be clear, the platform is in production and has been in production for a while. And so we have customers who are, some of our videos have reached 100 million plus views. So you can do a lot of the things that you would expect to do. Maybe not all, maybe all, but yeah. So yes to all your, captions, uploading your own video, localization, 35 languages are supported, and then captioning.
So my question is a little bit more on the logistics side of the house. From a product perspective, how long did it take for you from beginning to where you're right now? And also, these features seem to be something that it's a request from the customers before you want to go and build it out, right? How do you kind of come up with that? How do you kind of decide? Because it seems you have a huge user base.
Yeah. So I understood the first part of the question. Just to make sure I got the second part of the question, it's how did we prioritize what we built, or?
Basically, that and plus, so the prioritization and how do you kind of select based on what you get from the feedbacks from the users, which of these features is it
Oh, I
that
see.
you're going to be?
I see. So when we get analytics from an ad, how do we select what made the ad work?
What is it that you use, or say, for example, these animals, like people are asking for animals. When is it a good time for you as a product lead to decide, okay, now this is a feature that I want to start working on?
I see. Okay. I love this question because we have this conversation internally constantly. So the question is basically, how do we decide what to prioritize, if I were to rephrase? And so how do we treat user feedback? Everyone's asking for different things. How do we prioritize this? So we always look at a few metrics that we care about. One is revenue, of course, but the other is what we call big swings. Like, is it something that will move the needle drastically for a customer or for a set of customers? Or is it a nice to have and we think like they can go without? And sometimes we push this to the extreme and we say, well, will the customer churn if we don't deliver this feature? And not present time, like maybe they churn in 3 months, but like eventually will they churn if we don't deliver this feature? And so that's why animals, for example, hasn't been prioritized fully yet, because we don't think that customers are going to churn for that reason. Versus the gentleman asked about localization. Like, that's a very important feature for our customers because they struggle to create content in English, let alone content in other languages. And so we know that eventually we always look at how do we make sure that 100% of their video production goes through Pool Day. And then we see every feature. So if we look at animals, it's about 1% of their production. It's a really cool feature, but it's 1% of their production. So, okay, it won't move the needle so much. Localization is, depending on companies, some companies are US only, so that's 0%. Again, even US, you have other languages in the US that are very popular. But if you have a company that's available in 10, 12 different countries, then chances are about 30 to 40% of their production is English and the rest is localization. Now, all of a sudden, if we add localization to the product, which we would have, but like if we added localization to product, we go from 40% of their production to 100% of their production. So that's how we think about product metrics internally and how we decide to prioritize.
This is awesome, by the way. So quick question, I mean, my question was actually already kind of answered, but I'll change it a little bit, is I'm curious to know what types or what regions have you seen take off more than others, like Brazil versus, or maybe Europe, or is it Japan, something like that? And then my other question is, if your AI actors become self-aware, are they going to ask for royalties? Just kidding.
Will they ask for royalties? Time will tell. But what geos? So US, France, Italy, Germany, UK, Spain are the top countries. Actually, we have Japan as well becoming big now. So those are the top countries. Mexico and Brazil are not too far off. They're somewhere. By the way, I'm sorry, I have the line in my face. I don't know who asked the question, so I don't know where to look. But yeah, those are the countries that are top of mind for our customers. And then because we are enterprise, our expansion is really focused on being client-centric. So we're really going from our customers and thinking, well, dear customer, what is your top country set? And then they tell us, and that's why we chose those countries to start with, because our customers were there in the first place. Had they told us they were in Sweden, we would have prioritized Sweden, but they were not, so we didn't.
I have a question here. The product-related question? Is there integrations with any kind of marketing automation platforms to kind of capture directly like performance or CTAs?
And when you mean performance, do you mean number, like analytics, or?
Yeah, analytics, and then, yeah, or even if we think about embedding CTAs or including that in some ways to drive call to actions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we, not yet, and we're actively looking at it. So we're, one of the things we're considering is how do we dissect an ad and how do we extract information from a video? Again, because we are producing them, we know what goes into them. And so we know that, we know every element of the video. And then it's a question of who tags the video, who takes care of assigning tags to the video. And so what we're working on is automatic tag creation. So through computer vision, we can look into, first of all, we produce the video so we know what's in there, but through computer vision, we can figure out, even in your product footage, what's going on, right? Because that's the only thing we don't control is the product footage that you show up with. And so if you're, I don't know, if you're selling shoes and you're showing those shoes inside of a car, I don't know per se that it's a car, and I don't know that environment because that I didn't generate. And so we're looking through computer vision, we're looking to do tag generation to be able to understand what is the environment in which you're in or your product footage is in, and then extract information there. So the only question for us is, should we do it or should another company do it and we just integrate with them? Chances are we'll integrate with a third party, but because we haven't answered that first question yet, we're not sure if we're gonna, I mean, that's why we haven't done it so far. And chances are we will integrate with AppsFlyer first, because they have this like creative tagging. And then I'm sure other companies do that as well. And so we'll look to integrate with any third party, if we go that route, any third party that is controlled by our customer, like that is used by a customer. My computer gave up.
I have an ethics question. So the Republican Party used actors or used people from Europe to for their campaign without their knowledge. Do you have a way to prevent that from happening in your app? And then also, for the actors that you already have, do they consent to using their image for anything, or is there a usage restriction?
It's a great question. And so the reason I love this question is that in my previous company, we had an opportunity to work with one of the political parties and we refused. Whether we were for or against the political party was irrelevant, more so just the principle. We weren't sure what to do with this information. And so with this opportunity. And so with Pool Day, we understood very quickly there's going to be a big risk of misusing the actors. And so we have two things. First of all, when we create an AI actor, obviously it's a replica of a real person. We have fully documented and written consent from them. They understand very well what they're getting into. And the second is both on the platform and on contracts, so both programmatically and legally, we have restrictions against two industries: explicit content and political advertisement. So that's not just a legal promise we make to every single actor we work with, it's a promise that our clients are making to us, and it's programmatically something we detect, so we can read automatically what you write in terms of scripts, and so based on that we can detect, is this like off track or not, and so this is a very important topic for us, and that's why we're very big on both actor protection and just like not misusing the platform. That's also why we didn't go with a fully self-serve motion to start with. The product is fully self-serve. Like, you don't need to chat with us at any point in time to produce those videos. The one step that's not a self-serve is the onboarding process. You can log into or you can sign up to the platform. You'll be put on a wait list, and until we put you off the wait list, even though we've been in production for a while and we're working with many companies, like, we still have a wait list, not for product suspense, just because we want to validate every single customer that works with us. And that's like something I think we'll have to do for a very long time, because if we let one customer in and they generate a video and they download it, there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, we could sue and so on, but it's, then it's very hard to get the video back. So that's why we're putting strict barriers to entry. for people that are using the platform understand what they're getting into, and they're in industries that have nothing to do with political advertisement or explicit content.
Just a follow-up to that, are you doing like background checks and programmatically checking for other things like hate speech and things like that?
Background checks on whom?
On the customers that you're onboarding.
So only if we don't know the company, but we work with, I mean, every single company we work with, I knew them before we work with them. So it's big logos, it's big companies, so it's they're more in trouble than we are, let's say. And their legal process, you mentioned AI, and you go into this like, let's call it fun process, and you understand very quickly that they have a lot more to lose than we do. So they're very rigorous about that. But every single company we work with, we knew them way before, we knew of them, I mean, before they started working with us. It happened a few times that we had questions about a company. So we did run background checks, but it's not something routine we would do. Typically our companies are like e-commerce companies, gaming companies, and mobile apps. Very little risk there.
Is it a good time to see the videos?
Yes, but my computer died.
Oh.
It's like it's alive, but my actually
the screen.
No, everything, even my keyboard.
All right.
Yeah. Well, so what I can do is anyone that signs up, what is it, 8 p.m. Anyone that signs up, if you want to the waitlist, you want to get news and so on, you can go to app.poolday.ai and a pool day like a day at the pool, and we'll make sure to give you preferred pricing on when we release self-serve. And I think it's my computer that. Yeah. It's 8 p.m. My computer's French. So yeah, app.poolday.ai. Feel free to sign up to the waitlist. We send. It's not a newsletter. I just personally send every now and then like an update on the platform. And as soon as we release, if you're an enterprise customer, we'd love to talk to you. But if you're more on the individual side, or you just want to play with the platform, we're going to give you a preferred access as soon as we have a self-serve motion going on.
Okay, great. Alexei will be here during networking for further questions. Thank you, Alexei. Let's give Alexei a round of applause.
Thank you.
All right. Just have a few slides here. So if you want to show support, the best thing you can do is to follow us on social media. If you see some publications, we are publishing a lot of videos. Give it a like, it helps, and it gives us energy to produce more. You can also bring friends next time to the event. That's super helpful. Next event, so next AI for Marketers, November 6th. We have AI for Developers, October 23rd. We were supposed to have an event for designer tomorrow. It's been canceled due to some speaker cancellations. So don't come here tomorrow. It's going to be closed, okay? All right. All right, now we have this tradition at the end of the event. It's called the community news. So if you have anything you want to share, can be a job opening, can be beta testers, can be an event you are working on, can be just say like, you're happy to be here. You can come here, you have a minute, and you can talk to the audience here and to the live audience online. And because I want to show you how it works, I'm going to start. So I'm going to start with this great conference we're organizing on Thursday. It's called RetrieveX, and it's a conference for data leader. It's the first conference about data retrieval. So it's more on the technical side. So if you have anyone, I'm in the middle. I have a big head. All right, so if you have anyone in your team working with retrievals and interested in joining an event, please share this link. is free. There is an application form. We just want to make sure that the audience is relevant and they can attend. It's going to be on Thursday, so they still have a day to apply. All right, so that was my pitch. What is yours? Anyone on the pitch? No? Next time? Next time, okay. You have a month to think about it. All right, so thank you so much again. It was a very special event for us. Thank you all for being here, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you, LinkedIn audience. See you soon in person in this venue soon. Thank you. We are ready for networking, by the way. Pizzas are served at the very end. Thank you.